Here you can see on these edges we have a bevel with a different weight, and on these edges we have a bevel with a different weight, and on the outer edges we have bevel with different weights, and on these edges also we are having bevel, and it is all with the help of modifiers procedurally. Alright, so how we can do this? In this video we will see how we can add multiple bevel modifier with different weights on a single mesh with the help of attributes. So alright guys, here we have a mesh without any modifier. So we are going to do this with the help of attributes, and this feature is only available in the version 4.3.2 or higher. So we will select our mesh and go to modifiers panel and click on add modifier, and we will search for bevel modifier. Here we have a bevel modifier which is applying on whole mesh. We will change its limit method from angle to weight. Now we have to give a weight. So now you can see this edge weight icon which is new in Blender 4.3.2. So we will click on this object data properties icon and we will click on this attributes. So we have to create attribute for each bevel weight. So I will click on this plus icon and I will name this attribute bevel inside and change the domain from vertex to edge and data type float to boolean. Alright, and I will click on this add. So now we have a new attribute called bevel inside, and I will click again on this plus icon and I will rename it bevel inside 2, and again I will follow the same settings. Add, and I will create one more attribute. I will click on add. So now we have created 3 attributes. Now I will go to modifier, and on this edge weight option I will click on this cross icon and I will select bevel inside. So now you can see nothing is happening. So we have to set our attribute, then this modifier will work on our selected edges. So I will go to edit mode. I will select those edges where I want this modifier to work on. So as you can see, I have selected 4 edges. Now I will go to object data properties and I will click on this bevel inside attribute which we have selected here, bevel inside. So we have clicked here and we have also selected our edges. Now I will go to mesh and here you can see the set attribute option, and I will click on this bevel inside option. So you can see our modifier is working on our selected edges. Now we can control its amount from here. I will give it 0.2 and 12 segments. So friends, we have added our first bevel modifier with weight. Now I will click on add modifier and I will again add bevel modifier. I will change the limit method from angle to weight, and now I will select bevel inside 2, which is our second attribute. Now I will go to edit mode. Now I will select those edges where I want to apply my second bevel modifier. Alright, I have selected 4 edges. Now I will go to object data properties. Now I will click on this bevel inside 2 attribute and I will go to mesh, set attribute and bevel inside 2. So now our second bevel modifier is working on these edges and our first working on these edges. So I will give it 0.4 strength and 18 segments. Alright. So we have added 2 bevel modifier on our mesh. I will add again bevel modifier and I will set it to weight and I will give it bevel outside. Okay. Now I will select my outside edges by pressing shift and left mouse click, and in object data properties I will click on this bevel outside attribute and in mesh set attribute and bevel outside. So here you can see guys, we have successfully added 3 bevel modifier with different weights. Alright, and we can control it anytime because it is totally procedural. And friends, we also want to bevel these edges. So I will add again bevel modifier. As you can see, it is set to angle and it is applying on our whole mesh. So I can set my bevel amount and segments. So friend, this is how you can add multiple bevel modifier which is set to weight on a single mesh with the help of attribute. So friend, make sure to like the video and subscribe to my channel.